Morning, guys. Good to see you. Just to front up from the heads up, the Wi-Fi we're on in Andorra is not ideal. So if everyone could turn their cameras off unless they're speaking, that'd be really helpful. And obviously, if it cuts out, we're happy to do questions again if there's any sort of stuttering or anything like that. So we'll just get through it together. So yeah, we'll do a front section with Lee that's live, and then we'll go to an embargo section for 10:30, and then we'll do the same again for Rian after. Start with JD at Sky. You're on mute, mate, I think.
Sorry, mate. Leah, I know it's really early in the morning. I hope you've had a chance to watch the boxing match. If you haven't, it's a fight of the century, I would say.
Yeah. I've seen some of the highlights.
It's a doozy, man. But how are the boys in terms of the fitness of the squad? I know obviously we're going to the second game now. I just wanted to know how the fitness is and the knocks in the squad.
Yeah, no, everyone's good. We done our recovery session a couple of days ago. Obviously, had the travel day yesterday, so it was a long old day. So we train now this afternoon. So looking forward to doing a bit of work with the lads. Only our third full session where we've had all of the players available in terms of either recovering from a game or preparing for a game. So yeah, looking forward to today.
I'm guessing within that full squad of everybody available, that includes Curtis Jones. I know that he missed the first game. I know there was talk around whether or not he'd be available for the second game, so we're expecting him to feature at some point.
Yeah, so we'll wait to see how he reacts this morning. He'll have some treatments again. Like I said, after the game, we definitely won't be taking any risks. And putting the players at risk of potentially them missing their games the weekend. So we'll assess Curtis this morning and make that decision a bit later.
I thought you were very honest in your post-match interview in terms of talking about wanting the reaction from the boys and this being a learning curve. Now we go into the second part of obviously both of these two away games. What conversations have you had with the boys in terms of reaction you're expecting?
Well, we obviously watched the game back. I had real mixed emotions after the game. It was such a positive, exciting first half in terms of the way that we played, the way that we started, the amount of chances that we created, the variation in which we played in, and then obviously starting the second half a little bit slowly, not recognising that we potentially had to ride out a rough patch, conceding a goal quite early, a set play which is always frustrating, and then obviously conceding another set play. So apart from the two set plays in the game, it's just understanding that and having that recognition that you've got to see this patch of the game out. We probably may have to go a little bit more compact, a little bit more maybe direct in terms of turning the opposition around and getting them running back towards their own goal. And it's just understanding that phase of the game. And like we've spoke about it, the players have recognised it as of the coaches. So now I'm really pleased with the way that they've reacted. And another thing as well, and I'm often guilty of this, is my expectation for this squad is that I want them to be perfect every game, which obviously with the age of the players and the point in their careers that it is, it's not possible. So it's recognising, like I say, that you do have sticky patches in a game and seeing them patches out and making sure that you're on the front foot.
I want to take it back to some of the conversations that we had previously when we was at St George's Park and talking about the excitement around some of the debutants that were in the squad and some of the potential.
Yeah,
there being so much new talent and so much opportunity for debutants to kind of leave an impression on yourself as well.
Yeah.
Can we expect some of them to feature in this game?
Well, I think it's important that we have a little bit of consistency within the team selection, because if you look at the game against Slovenia the other night, sorry, that was basically our third training session. If you talk about a game, we'd done a Tuesday session where we had all the players available, the Wednesday match day -1, and then obviously the game. So I'm wary that if I keep making lots and lots of changes, we're never going to really get that flow. And then what I don't want to do is by making lots of changes and almost having to not quite start again, but almost go back to 2-3 spaces backwards. I don't want to put then the players coming in under too much pressure, because it's always easier to come into a team that's almost like got an understanding of how they want to play, how they want to build, how they want to defend. So I think we're getting that balance between putting 1 or 2 in, resting 1 or 2, looking potentially at what's happening at their clubs and making sure we get that balance right.
I've listened back to our post-match beforehand just because I review my work just like you do, and I thought something else that you said that was really important was not wanting to give the opposition any sort of motivation. Now, it is a new squad, it's a new manager, it's a new role. But if I think about 12 months ago, roughly around 12 months ago, what would be in the Andorra players' head would be obviously the 3-3 draw that they had against England.
Yeah.
So how do you stop that motivation that they're going to have, especially in another difficult away game?
Yeah, so like we spoke about in the debrief, it's recognising moments of the game. So when you've been so dominant for 45 minutes, you know, it gives the opposition a chance to regroup, reorganise, and it's weathering that storm for the first 5-10 minutes. Now, when you've delivered a team talk and after 30, 40 seconds, you get a corner and you're in an attacking situation, which is what effectively happened. It was making sure that we've got that understanding that the momentum of the game has changed, and something's got to change in the way that we play. They're just not going to now let us build and let us play slowly and true and just settle for a 2 and 3 nil. It's important that, like I say, we're able to, when the opposition changes the tempo, we're able to also then match that tempo and get a foothold of the game again.
Well, good luck. Okay, we not be tuned in, and we'll talk post-match. No doubt about it.
Thank you. All the best.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, JD. Good to Ian Abrahams next from TalkSport.
Hi, Lee. How are you?
Morning, mate. You okay?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Hinting there at not making too many changes. How much are you trying to establish Under-21s then as effectively a club side?
Well, ideally, we want to give them plenty of opportunities to understand the combinations and the relationships of units and potentially developing partnerships throughout the team. But it's finding that balance as well, that, you know, we're not almost like copy and pasting the team again and going again, because, you know, we have to have an understanding of the match minutes, the match loadings that these players are under. So it's getting that balance between not tinkering too much and giving the players the best opportunity that we can.
I mean, obviously, you'd have seen the game with the senior team on Saturday where they won 5-0. And after, as Gareth saying, it's very hard to break down teams who just put sort of 9 or 10 behind the ball.
Yeah.
Is someone like Connor or Emma Smith-Rowe going to be your Phil Foden in terms of trying to find the balls and open up the defence?
Yeah, well, I think it's making sure that we've first and foremost we make sure that we're not going to get counter attacks. We're not going to give the opposition any lifts, and then it's finding different ways of breaking down that block. You know, the ideal scenario is that you get one of the midfielders turned on the ball and they're playing one through. But like you've seen from last night, that often doesn't happen. So it's having that variation of different ways to get round, through and over a low block, and like I say, making sure that we play with a little bit more variation and tempo.
I think I said to you every night, this is now every game for the Under-21s is a must-win game. But because you're third in the group, there's no real margin for slip-ups here, is there?
I think, like you said there, we expect to win every game, and we expect to perform well in every game, and tomorrow will be no different to that. Like I say, I'm very wary that my expectation levels on this group are so high that I want to make sure that we can fulfil that potential. And like I say, first and foremost, our attitude and our application has to be right, and it has been for the 2 games. And I don't expect anything different tomorrow. I think if we can match them physically, if we can stand up to the moments in the game where it will be tough at times, I think we'll be okay.
Finally, just a couple to finish with about Ryan Brewster. We're speaking to him in a moment or two.
Yeah.
Why do you think for him he hasn't scored a barrel load of goals? When he was at Liverpool, everyone thought he was going to be an unbelievable goal scorer. Didn't quite happen at Sheffield United last season or this season yet. Is it just confidence? Is it just luck?
No, I think obviously confidence and luck plays a big part in forwards mentality. And I had a good chat with Ryan after the game, and we had a catch up yesterday on some of his positioning, some of the positions that he takes up, and it's making sure that he's in the position to score goals more often than he is. He's very unselfish as a centre forward. He needs to be more demanding of his teammates. He gets in some excellent positions, doesn't get the ball. We'll get into good crossing positions and don't put it in the box for him. So it's making sure that he's a bit more demanding of his teammates in some of the positions that he gets in, because there's one thing that's for certain: he'll score goals through you. He's an outstanding finisher. You see the technique that he scores with, especially in training on with his left foot and his right foot, all kinds of finishes. It's making sure that he's in more offensive positions more often.
I was thinking in the last 6 or 7 years, I mean, we had the likes of Harry Kane, Danny Ings, we've had obviously Calvert-Lewin, Tammy Abraham, Eddie Nketiah. We had some names that have really gone on to score lots of goals. Most of them, if not all of them, have played at some point for the England senior team, maybe not Nketiah yet.
Yeah.
So, the chance is really there for him to not use the under-21s, but to really hone his skills at the under-21s.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and not only Flo, we've obviously got Tyrese as well, and we've got and Ryan Flo, Tyrese, three good centre forwards. Obviously we've brought Joe Galdart with us as well from Leeds, who's also capable of scoring goals. So it's just important, like I say, when they do get that opportunity to play, that they take that opportunity.
Brilliant, Lee. Speak to you after the game tomorrow. Take care.
See you later.